Hey, comic book community, Longbox Love Affair here with a contest submission entry. It's my first one in a long time. I've missed a lot of contests. It's just been a very busy period. So I'm excited to jump back on the bandwagon and to celebrate Thanatos Comics and his 250 YouTube subscriber slash 500 Instagram subscriber contest. So if you don't know Thanatos, taking a nod out of his book to show the actual screen. Thanatos, awesome guy out in Colorado. And actually, he and I are planning to connect at Denver Comic-Con. I happen to be in Denver that weekend for work, and I'm taking a couple days before to go to Comic-Con and check that out. So I need to strategize, and he and I have talked about doing a live video or just recording a video, which will be awesome. So looking forward to it, buddy, and looking forward to meeting you. And congratulations on the subs. So if you're not subscribed to Thanatos, I highly recommend it. He's one of the YouTubers out there that I'm like, I see his stuff on Instagram or I see his stuff on YouTube, and I was like, man, he's got some good stuff. He's got some great Silver Age books, some Bronze Age books. He's getting lots of keys, and definitely a really great comic book collector. So his contest is twofold. So I already did what was required on Instagram. So check out his Instagram page, same name, and I'll put his contact information in the link below. But for YouTube, you have to be 18 years or older, and some of the other normal things. And then shout out a couple of YouTubers who deserve more. So I am going to shout out Deadpool2323. So Deadpool2323 randomly connected on Facebook through a Facebook group, and didn't realize we were YouTubers, and then figured it out quickly, and I was able to work out a deal with him to get a couple of his Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man books, and have been following his page ever since. I was actually following it a little bit before then, but he's made some really cool finds with Craigslist and some other means down in Florida, I think. So really cool guy. He's got some really great comics. The other, and he's at 317 as of right now, 317 subscribers. So if you don't know Deadpool2323, hit him up. The other YouTuber I want to acknowledge is Certified Comic Shop. So not terribly new. He's at 180 subscribers. He's got some really polished videos, and really some interesting comics that he's showing. So I highly recommend him as well. So Certified Comic Shop, Deadpool2323. You definitely need some more subs, and I hope you get those. So if you don't know those guys, sub them up right now. So the rest of the video for Thanatos Comics subscription contest is to talk about a comic run or single issue or run that you want to encourage him to read or expand his horizons, as he said. He's a big DC guy. I'm not that much of a big DC guy. I do like Batman, but I'm really just wearing this in honor of Thanatos because he's a big DC guy. But I'm big on Marvel, and I definitely have gotten to some of the independents, and I've always loved some of those indie books. But one that I fell into, picked it up at the library, the graphic novel, the first 4 or 5 issues, and have since picked up the second volume, and I should just buy the third, and the fourth should be coming out soon, is this series called Kill or Be Killed. I'm not sure if he's aware of, if Thanatos is aware of this, but it is a really interesting and different premise. So it's Brubaker, yeah, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, and it is one of their classic noir type of books. They've done Criminal and Fatale, The Fade Out. All those I haven't read, but for some reason I started picking this one up, and I didn't pick up the single issues. I'm just on the graphic novel, so I'm missing what happens. So don't spoil it. But so this is just this is the second print, I believe. Yeah. Second printing of the first issue. I have the first issue as well, but it's somewhere in my boxes here. This is maybe the fourth printing, and then this is the second printing of number 2. I picked this up recently, and I think this is a harder one to find. Number 2, you can find the first printing, but second printings, especially for some of these indie books, are harder to find. So the premise of this story, and I'm not going to give away a whole lot, but it's a fascinating plot. It's this guy that eventually starts to take matters in his own hands, and essentially becomes a vigilante. Not just that though. So there's his personal story, but then all of a sudden he starts hearing voices, and essentially there is a demon that is sort of in his vision that basically says he needs to kill someone within a certain amount of time, or else, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So this demon is essentially forcing him to make sacrifices. It does sound a little far-fetched. There's a great cliffhanger realization at the end of the 4th or 5th issue, at the end of the first volume, and it's just super different. I'm probably not selling this well, so I apologize, but the artwork is gritty. I'm trying to get this so I don't ruin the comic, but that I just show a little bit about the issue. It starts right off with him as a vigilante, and then it flashes back a bit. He's got, tormented guy, different love life, weird roommate situation, and essentially wants to end it all, but does not. And then the shadowy beast comes in. So it's beautifully drawn by Sean Phillips. The story is interesting. It's not just a crime story, but it's essentially, what do you do when you take matters in your own hands? And in this case, there's a demon egging you along. I think it's set to end soon. It's in the upper teens, the issue numbers already, and it's set to end, which I actually kind of like. I like that they're ending it with that they've written it with an end point in sight, because it is popular, and I think they would keep it going. Who knows? Maybe they are, and I'm behind in what I know. But I purposely haven't talked too much about it because there's so many details, but also that it's hard to describe, and I think you need to discover it for yourself, because there's some realizations that come in pretty early in the run that make you either gasp or just scratch your head and be like, I need to figure out what this all means. And that's how I am right now. I'm at the end of volume 2. I know that the volume 3 is available, and I'm like, okay, let's see if XYZ is actually true. So this keeps you guessing. It's a little bit of a mystery, got some crime in it, and hell, what would you do if you could just take matters in your own hands? And we certainly don't want to condone that by any means, and certainly there's some disturbing visuals in here that tie into crime, everyday crime, and what we're seeing in the news today. But this is well written, and I do encourage this. And so anyone else that's read Kill or Be Killed, and whether for good or for bad, comment below and let me know what you think of the series. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil anything that you may have found out. It may be a spoiler for other people, or maybe a spoiler for me, because I'm still in the middle of this all. It's hard to find time to actually read some of these books. I have plenty on my nightstand just waiting. So that's that. So Thanatos, I encourage you to check it out. Just read the first issue. I'm not sure if you have. It's not Green Lantern. Sorry, buddy. But check it out if you haven't read it. I'd love to know what you thought. And actually, I recommended this the first 2 volumes for my comic book group that we get together every month. And for about 99% of the folks really enjoyed it. There was one guy who was like, it's okay. but we have a hard time agreeing on things we like, and this was one that we all agreed on that we liked. So that's that. Thanatos, congratulations. Putting this submission out there for your contest. Looking forward to meeting you. Like I said, everyone, sub up Thanatos Comics, sub up Certified Comic Shop, and Deadpool 2323. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.